Hello folks, it's Bobby Stein on McAllister. We'll take a ride around Greenville today, show you some more sights of Greenville, Mississippi. So hang in there with me. We can have a good time. So I want to tell you how I got started on my YouTube channel. And this started about 4 years ago. I was on the internet, I was looking at YouTube, and I saw a video from a guy named Chris Schultz. I think he was from in Arkansas. And what he did is he put a camera on the dashboard of his car and he drove from Arkansas to Greenville, Mississippi, and he drove around Greenville with the camera recording wherever he drove. And I saw that, and I thought that was the most fascinating thing in the world. It really got my interest. And I watched, he did several videos like that of different places. And sometimes later, I had the bright idea, well, I'll try the same thing. So I took my iPhone one day, I was sitting in front of the library, and I went from the library up to the levee and went around the levee and filmed that. And I posted it on Facebook, and it got a few views, a few comments, and that's basically how I got started. I kept filming with my iPhone, and I was able to put some music with the film, and it sort of grew from there. And the next thing that really had an effect on me is I was looking at YouTube again. Incidentally, this is Alexander Street in Greenville. I was looking at YouTube again, and I came across a vlogger named YouTuba. That's Y-O-U-T-U-U-B-A. And he had videos of all of his Amtrak train trips, his long distance train trips. And I thought they were the most fascinating videos that I'd ever seen. And so that got me interested in train travel, and I started watching all the train videos I could, which led to me and Carol, my girlfriend. We decided to try it, and we took our first train trip, went from Greenwood, Mississippi to Chicago on a Wednesday, I believe, or Thursday. We got up there Friday morning to Chicago. We toured Chicago Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday night we caught the city of New Orleans back to Greenwood from Chicago. We really had a good time. So we kept expanding. I think the next trip we took a weekend trip to New Orleans on the city of New Orleans. Stayed in New Orleans the weekend, and then went back to Greenwood on a Sunday. Had a good time. And then the next trip we took the Sunset Limited to Los Angeles from New Orleans. That was like a 3-day trip each way, and we stayed in Los Angeles several days. Really had a good time, enjoyed the train. And the next trip we went to Seattle and Emeryville or San Francisco, back to Chicago, back to Greenwood. This is Nelson Street. This used to be the black hub of Greenville, Mississippi back in the day. And our next trip, or our last trip, we went to Los Angeles and Portland. Of course, this was during the COVID, and the food was not that good. They'd gone to what they call flex dining, and which is basically just microwavable food, and it wasn't that good. And then when we got to Los Angeles and Portland, everything was basically shut down. So right now, I don't really advise going on long distance train trips until we get this COVID mess straightened up. Another thing I really like is black churches in the Mississippi Delta. I think I'm gonna do a video on black churches in the Mississippi Delta one of these days. Anyhow, I've been posting videos mostly to Facebook, and then I started posting whatever I posted to Facebook. Started also posting on YouTube. And then about 2 months ago, I started thinking about maybe I should start working on a YouTube channel, and maybe pulling all my videos together with some kind of cohesion. And that's what I've been trying to do the last 2 months. Been looking at a lot of videos, YouTube videos on how to create content, a lot of videos on how to better your channel, with the intention of getting my subscriber base up. I'm at about 57 right now. What I'd like to do is get it up to that 1,000 subscriber point where I can monetize this channel. That's pretty church. I've got really simple equipment now. I started out using my iPhone, and I recently just bought a Hohem iMobile Steady, I believe, Steady Plus, I believe it's called. It's called a gimbal. You put your iPhone in it, and it controls the camera function on your iPhone. It's pretty heavy. The first video I did was my video on Friars Point, Mississippi. This is McBride School. This was Susie Trigg. I went to first and second grade in this school. We'll take a ride up the levee now. Anyway, I use my iPhone. I've got the gimbal. I'm using a GoPro 8 right now for editing software. I found, at first I was just doing videos on my phone and putting them directly to Facebook, but I got iMovie. I found iMovie. It was installed on my phone, and I started using that. That's a pretty simple interface. So I use that most of the time. That's Lake Ferguson, and it goes out into the Mississippi River. This is one of our 2 casinos we have in Greenville. This is the Trot. Anyway, I just downloaded a free version of Resolve DaVinci 17, and that's a lot more complicated editing software that I use on my computer. I can use the iMovie on my phone or my iPad, and it's really easy. But the Resolve is going to take some time to learn. It can be challenging, to say the least. Anyway, this is the levee in Greenville. And that's Main Street. So this is the old CNG train depot. It was turned into a bar back in the 70s. It was a popular place to go, a good place to go and kick back with your friends. This, I think, originally was the Key West Inn. One of the casinos built it. They never should have, and you see it's fallen on pretty bad times. That was a vault, I believe, for the Chicago mill that used to be here. It's all been torn down. You can see our roads are not in real good shape in Greenville. So we're on South Hines Street now. Well, shoot. This is the Broadway loop we're on. That's the levee over there. There's a walking trail on top that's pretty nice. But there's one more thing I wanted to show y'all. And it's been here as long as I can remember. It was probably the first government subsidized housing project in Greenville. It's been here, it was here as long as I can remember. It's gone into disrepair now. But this was probably built in the 1940s or 1950s. It's a mess. I didn't realize it was this bad back here. Anyway, looks like that's to be the tour for today. If you like my videos, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything you'd want to see in Greenville or anywhere in the Delta, please put that down in the comment area below this video. Thank you and have a good day.